Hello everyone. Now we have an update here on Ukraine's drone strike on Khanskaya airfield, which we looked at the other day. This was reported to have hit fuel storage, you may remember. So we have satellite imagery showing a section of a base after the strike, and it shows that this was a successful hit. We also have some satellite imagery shared by Cyber Boroshno on Twitter of the Shahed 136 drone storage warehouse that was hit on the same night. I'm going to start with the airbase. On screen now as before, and here the after. So you can see this was a good strike by Ukraine with a lot of destruction caused. Let's take a closer look. So, highlighted here in red are a cluster of 3 buildings. I'll have a look at Google Maps shortly and see this in more detail. These 3 are completely destroyed. In blue, 2 long warehouses, both completely destroyed. A nearby building is highlighted by the arrow, which is damaged, and additionally, there's fire damage in a field nearby, but no building destroyed there. So, this was a very good strike. Looks like multiple drones hit this airbase. Some sources online are now reporting that it was ammunition that was here, as well as fuel. Remember, shortly after the strike, it was announced that the surrounding area was evacuated of over 1,400 people. So, at the time, I thought that evacuation odd if it was just fuel burning. So I think ammunition being hit here too is looking very likely, especially given the level of destruction to some of these buildings. This is the section of the base that was hit. It shows it a little bit clearer. So only the white roofed warehouse on the left survived in this section, marked as number 6 on this image. Now firstly, check out building number 1. It's a larger warehouse than what first appeared on satellite imagery. I'm not sure what it was used for and can't really hazard a guess. Spot number 2. Google Maps shows 2 submerged tanks of some kind there, maybe fuel, or maybe the base's septic tank. You can see a mound of earth next to them, so it looks like these are newly constructed. It was hard to make out on the satellite imagery, but these look to have been covered since. This Google Maps image was taken in May. So sometime around May, Russia built this bit, digging a hole and putting these tanks inside. I wonder if it may have been something important to the base. No idea what really. My best guess is some sort of fuel or that sort of thing. Nearby is building number 3, a small structure which looks like a maintenance building or something. So a drone, at least one drone, did hit this area and destroyed it. I have to wonder if this was the fuel storage underground here as a way to hide it or keep it safe, and that's what Ukraine targeted. It gets a little more interesting from here. Number 4 is a long warehouse completely destroyed. And number 5, check that out. So you can see that this building is ringed by earthen mounds, something that the other structures that were hitting this base didn't have. I think this was definitely the ammunition storage given these earthen mounds you can see. This is officially a training base, but other aircraft, including Su-30s and reportedly Su-27s, have been based here since the start of the war. So it's looking like the base's ammunition stockpile is now gone. Building 6, as mentioned, survived, and if you can suddenly hear some scuffling noises, Muffin is destroying a box. This image is just one small section of the base highlighted here. No word on whether other sections were hit too, but I don't think so. Standard satellite imagery looks like this. This one is from a few days ago as the one I use. This is EOS. The recent imagery of this base is covered in cloud, but people who buy the images typically use the free imagery to spot key areas, and then purchase the small area that looks interesting, rather than pay more money for the whole base covering a wider area which may feature bits which aren't of interest. Muffin, what are you looking for? So if only one small section of a base is available online, as seen here, then I think it very likely the purchasers saw nothing of interest in the other sections. This airbase was here zoomed out, Adagia, Russia. Now, let's move on to the second satellite imagery. This was shared by Svoboda of the Shahed 136 storage facility that was hit the same night as the airbase was. On screen now is the before from the fourth, showing this to be a pretty sizable area of warehouses, and here's the after. So this isn't the highest quality, but Svoboda highlighted the key areas. 5 areas of damage and burning here, including one warehouse completely destroyed. But I'll compare with the before image to see. But some of this facility is still standing. Now, this appears to be a civilian area which was used by Russia to store the drones. So it isn't actually known if the warehouses that weren't hit were also containing Shahed drones or if they were still in use by civilians. It's very possible here that Ukraine only targeted the warehouses which the new had Shahed stored in them. Side by side, you can see one long warehouse took a direct hit, with a smaller building at the top also destroyed. Now, whether that smaller building was also hit by a drone, or if it was actually as a result of Russia's old nemesis, debris. So, detonating Shaheds and destruction of a warehouse landing on it, I can't say. The warehouses next to the long grey one look burned but don't look like they took a direct hit. That looks like the fire spread here causing the damage. There's also burning seen in a grassy area to the left, but no buildings destroyed there. The area in blue features a low, square-shaped building with a smaller one just above it. There is a fire damage around that area, but satellite imagery afterwards isn't really clear enough to tell for certain. To me, it does look like part of that structure is gone, so it may have taken a direct hit by the drone. However, again, the imagery isn't very clear, so it could just be a misleading image because of the low quality. There are signs of fire around the site though, so something did look like it landed here. But certainly at this place, one big warehouse was hit, a small structure destroyed, and then a possible one hit in blue. The Shaheds, of course, would have been in the big warehouse. Some sources report 400 Shaheds were here, but I have no idea if that has any basis in fact and reality, or if it's just guesswork. But Ukraine did report those Shaheds being targeted, and as we saw with the video when it first occurred, it certainly did give a pretty big blast, so that is very likely. This is here on Google Maps, so in the Krasnodar region of Russia. These drones likely used to target Dnipro and areas around there, as I think Russia would use Crimea as the launch place for the Shahed drones which target Odessa. But no doubt, these were two great strikes on the same day by Ukraine here. I don't know if it was the jet drones which were used here, which Ukraine is having great success with. Remember, they were used not too long ago to take out two major ammo depots near Toropets and one large one in Krasnodar. Or if Ukraine used the slower, more standard attack drones here, which too are very successful. Just because they're not jet powered doesn't mean they aren't good drones. We've seen these types of drones, and Ukraine has quite a number of varieties, such as the Beaver, for example, hit numerous targets, including oil facilities, ammo dumps, and even air bases in the past. So it seems no matter which type of drone Ukraine uses, they've had great success with it. Russia's useless air defense seems to completely struggle with them, no matter if they're jet powered or not. I think the jet powered ones, though, have much more penetration, allowing them to penetrate hardened structures better, given their speed. We saw that in Toropets, where those hardened concrete structures did get penetrated by drones, destroying the missiles within. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it interesting. Now I'm going to share a video shared to me today by Cars for Ukraine. It shows the handover of some equipment, including a vehicle, which we helped raise with a fundraiser on the channel. So I hope you give it a watch. If you want to donate to Cars for Ukraine's ongoing fundraisers, the donation link is in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and take care, everybody.
Hello, Sukamaimus audience. Fourth vehicle we sent in as a part of the Medics campaign, and this one wouldn't be possible without you guys. Car is a reliable Toyota Land Cruiser that will be refit for the need of medics. Besides that, we also got the David Knowles campaign that you also helped to follow. But not only these two, we actually sent in 10 vehicles to the front line today. Ukrainian! All with different stories. Most of them were actually directly donated. Some of them came from the Netherlands and Poland, like these four. These guys came from Britain. This one also from the Netherlands. And the war's not over. We have different campaigns running. We have some campaigns that help medics. We have some campaigns that will help to refit those donated cars as a part of our Power the Frontline campaign. Check out carforukraine.com. The war's not over. Keep supporting us together to our shared victory. Just send the message to Fanta, our contact person in medics, and ask her to sent me some photos when she receives the car, and she said, I won't be the one receiving it. I'm right here right now, literally 100 meters from the Russians. And she still responds, and she's trying to be accountable. With these people, we're gonna win this war. Russians have no chances. Thank you guys for your support. Hope you have a good night or good morning. Cheers.